Good day, everybody. Welcome to today's video. It's Jay from BackCountry Ranching. In today's video, we're going to continue to take this DIY Overland camper trailer and remaking it into my own. It was a pretty good project to buy, and there's a few issues we got to take care of. We got a pretty big issue in this video to take care of before we can move forward. So let's get started with that. So to recap on the last video, we removed some of the wood that had been water damaged, and we've been doing some fiberglass repairs, and now we're going to move on to another one. So what we see on top of the roof here is that it is starting to delaminate up on the top as well, that we're going to be taking care of. Now, they originally thought by putting a rubber roof on, you can see it right there, that it would be a cure to their problem, but unfortunately, that's not the case. Don't get me wrong, the rubber roof was a great idea. The problem is, after a couple of years, it doesn't matter. The sun's beating down on the roof, the wood starts to dry out, starts to crack, moisture starts getting in, regardless if it's rubberized, and you have delamination, what we got going on. So this is the other part that I'm going to show you how I'm going to fix it. So I have ripped out some of it, and there's some soft spot right here with delamination, but I'm not going to continue tearing apart the roof. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to kind of band-aid that, because we are going to cover it, and I'm not going to dig out these cracks. They don't seem like they're too loose, so I'm going to do something with them as well. We're going to do another fiberglass repair in the roof, but this time I'm going to use my Milwaukee Fuel to cut lines into the wood that the fiberglass resin can get down in below and seal off the parts that are lifting. Save me less time. Alright, so you can see this part's kind of loose, so we're gonna I was just cutting it in sections. Then I realized that some of it's pretty bad. So I'm still peeling this out. Now this has been in my garage for a couple of weeks already. And I don't know if this sat outside all winter. What the guy did, kept in his garage, but there's definitely moisture still trapped underneath all those layers. So I just kept picking them out. I gotta mix up the resin. And one thing you're gonna learn with fiberglass resin, it's better to put too much hardener in than not enough, because otherwise it's not going to harden on you and you're going to be repeating the process. Yeah, one thing with fiberglass resin, if it's not hard within a couple hours, you screwed up. Unless your temperatures are really cold. Really work that fiberglass mat in there. Get it into everywhere I need to be. Yeah, I'm not going to have enough resin to fix this top. I'm going to have to mix some more. I get the first layer in for sure. Roll it, roll it, roll it. Cut this piece pretty big, so I'm not concerned about the fiberglass on the outside. I'm all concerned about the fiberglass on the inside of the cavity, because I'm going to use fiberglass filler patch that up afterwards and fill these holes where I cut. It has been doing a good job because I filled this one up and I let it sit, and the resin's already sunk through into the wood. So that's a good sign that it's being absorbed. All right, fiberglass patch is hardened up. I need to just grind off the soft stuff off the side because it doesn't really stick to the rubber roof. Or does it? Actually, it does stick pretty good to the rubber roof. So we'll just kind of buff this up and prep this for fiberglass filler. And then we can go on to the next stage of the job, which is going to be sealing this roof off permanently. Okay, did lots of body work today, stuff I didn't want to work on. Got the garage somewhat blown out, took the leaf blower and blew all the dust out. Started sanding it down, I was waiting for everything to dry. Identified some more problem issues throughout the trailer and marked them so I can take care of them before I paint them. So this is patched, and I'm not sanding it smooth because I just wanted it somewhat flat because everything's going to be covered. Need to start prepping the roof now to put the aluminum sheeting on, and you just can't put the aluminum sheeting on. I mean, some people probably do, but you're going to have a problem, especially where I live, with condensation getting between the roof and the aluminum sheeting, and that would not be good. I was at Home Depot. I picked up this Rhino roof underlay, and it says right there, for use under asphalt shingles, synthetic shingles, residential metal roofing, and cedar shakes, water and vapor barrier. We need to put the water and vapor barrier up. So we're going to start right now getting that stapled to the roof. So I just got the Rhino roof put down. I'm just fitting up all my aluminum. It would be nice to use one complete sheet, but my trailer's still frozen in the yard, or my gate, can't get it open. And I only had my car to go get metal with, so I had it cut up into pieces, utilizing some scraps at Metal Supermarket, make it cheaper, made it work. And now it's time to fit everything up, get the metal roof on, silicone the seams, and then cut this out and then silicone the seams on there. We won't have to worry about the roof ever again. Good morning, Garmins. How are you? Are you going to be watching the birds outside? Is that what the situation is this morning? Are you going to watch the birds? Wishing that you could attack them? Hey? Oh, I know. You are a big ball of fluff, aren't you, Garmins? Yeah, look at you. Big fluff ball. Just getting ready to screw this one down, so I just marked out my spots. I'm going 3 inches from the inside because the angle iron is going to come down, and that's going to be almost 2 inches, so that's where the sides are going to be clamped down, and I'm putting one halfway through just to make sure there's no flex in the roof. And then once we're done, this will all have to be trimmed back and silicone sealed, because the silicone seal from this roof vent comes actually almost butts right up to there. And then this is going to overlap as well, so it's going to be sealant all across here. Up on the roof, just put my first panel on, and tech screws that I'm using are a self-sealing tech screw. As you can see, they have a rubber washer on them, so as long as they stay tight, I'm not going to have any issues with leaking. Well, at least that's the science behind it anyways. Let's get to work. I'm just getting ready to fit up the second sheet. And I got an overlap there. You can see the black line of about 4 inches. That's going to ensure that no water is going to get penetrated. So I picked this up from Global Auto Body Supplies in Calgary, where I get all my automotive products from, since the other store I shopped at closed down. And she said it works really good. They use it on their trailer, no issues. So we're going to give it a try as well. Now comes the fun part. Gonna get this thing on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna nail one screw in on this side. That way I can still pivot it. Get down in there. Grab a screw for the other side. This way I can line her up. Make sure everything is where it needs to be. Whoops, slid. So the roof is all tinned. I gotta seal all the seams. Now comes the fun part of siliconing all the seams. Roof's all done. Seams are all siliconed. I still got a rubberized roof coating to put on. That's going to go on at a much later date once everything else is getting ready for paint. It's coming along, getting closer. Right on. Do you know what time it is? It's motherfucking beer time. And we're going to have some Whistler Brewing Company Bear Paw Honey Lager, 5%. Let's try this bad boy out. Cheers, everybody. Motherfucking beer time. This is actually pretty good. This honey lager, it's pretty tasty indeed. That's another project crossed off the list. Once the bodywork's done and the paint, everything else is just minor and small, and everything is looking good. We're looking really good. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I know a lot of people have asked that I should build a trailer myself, and this is actually a really good learning experience. because from what I've seen, what I've dealt with, probably a 99% chance I would have made the same mistakes. Now at least I know. So if I ever decide to build myself a trailer, I know what not to do. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody. Definitely a good campfire beer, indeed.